see Uptown's one of your stories. Okay.
Drunken storytelling. No one's safe.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best romantic comedies that may have flown under the radar.
I wouldn't let that get in your way.
I don't let anything get in my way.
Count it off.
Number 20, Austenland. Shakespeare may have invented many tropes of the genre, but the modern rom-com owes a lot to Jane Austen. In this 2013 movie, Kerry Russell stars as Jane, an American who goes LARPing at a Regency-era themed resort.
I mean, I'm so excited to be here, and I've dreamed about this for so long.
All of my guests will experience romance with one of our actors. But I must emphasize there is to be no touching.
In typical Jane Austen fashion, this meta story finds the protagonist falling for a man above her station. Of course, that's after they meet and instantly loathe each other.
Aren't you all righteous concern, Mr. Nobley? Thank goodness you've saved me from sullying myself with the help.
That was ridiculous.
Insufferable.
Asking interesting questions about the realism of romance stories, Austenland has its fair share of fun. It also boasts a great cast. Seeing Jennifer Coolidge bumble her way through traditional English custom is worth the price of admission alone.
Release the hounds! Tally-ho, a hunting we will go! The British are coming! The British are coming!
Should we go?
Faster!
Shall we?
Hey, stable boy, you're way too slow!
Number 19, About Time. Family heirlooms usually come in the form of jewelry, but the men in Tim Lake's family have the ability to time travel.
Does Mum know?
Not a whistle.
Strange. And what about the whole
Butterfly effect thing. What can I say? We don't seem to have messed up civilization yet.
It's going to be a complicated year.
It's going to be a complicated life.
When this gift rewrites his entire meet cute with Mary, Tim realizes he'll have to use his power again to find her. But each new time he uses the power, the more skewed his life becomes.
Couldn't have put it better myself. That's absolutely it. I agree with that profoundly.
As most of these time travel rom-coms go, it ends up being about the importance of living in the moment. It's a sentimental but gorgeous movie. The chemistry between its two leads, Rachel McAdams and Domhnall Gleeson, is well worth the watch.
Kind of sexy.
I guess it is. Although it's not as sexy as reading. Sitting there in an office, in a little chair,
Okay,
reading.
stop.
Ooh.
Stop. Just wait right there, mister.
Number 18, Kate and Leopold.
Are you for real?
Pardon me?
Are you for real?
I believe so.
It's a love story for the 21st century, courtesy of the 19th century. Hugh Jackman was still a fresh face when he starred alongside rom-com queen Meg Ryan in Kate and Leopold.
I've been warned about you.
Oh, really? And what, pray tell, did the Great Disappointment say?
That you were dangerous, though you hardly look it.
Really?
A lady in trousers isn't dangerous, merely plain. I take it you're a career woman.
In this fish-out-of-water romance, Jackman is a duke who gets pulled into a time portal by his great-great-grandson. Between staring in wonder at modern-day New York City and figuring out how to flush a toilet, he meets and falls for a modern-day woman. If you want to see how they reconcile a nearly 200-year age difference, you'll have to see it for yourself.
Oh, I don't want it to be Sunday. I want more of this, more 1876.
Number 17, Love Jones.
You mind if I play something for you?
No, not at all.
Nia Long stars as Nina Mosley, a young woman just getting over a breakup. She's not exactly ready to date again, but when she meets a Chicago poet played by Lorenz Tate, she's instantly charmed and starts to change her mind.
I just want to come up and talk. Is that all right?
Come on.
The movie takes a pretty interesting approach, realistically portraying how sometimes, when it comes to love, the timing just isn't right. With its rhythm and bluesy soundtrack and atmospheric settings, it's a romance set to poetry, jazz, and blues songs. Many contemporary critics noted it was a breath of fresh air, but it slipped under the radar since its 1997 release.
I am remembering love.
Number 16, The Truth About Cats and Dogs.
Oh, no, wait, I forgot to ask you what you look like.
Oh, why do you need to know that?
Just so I can recognize you.
Oh.
What do you think I look like?
I don't know if the voice is anything to go by. You look great.
Stand-up comedian and Gen X icon Janeane Garofalo stars in this modernized and gender-flipped take on the classic Cyrano de Bergerac story. Instead of a poet with a prominent nose, she plays a radio host who decides to use a proxy, played by Uma Thurman, when a handsome man expresses interest in her.
Nice guy like that, with that accent, arty, and you won't even have a drink with him?
He has a preconceived notion. You. Then he sees me. Over.
Although Garofalo would later criticize the film, critics picked up on the movie's humor, depth, and cultural commentary. The truth about cats and dogs is not exactly timeless. It's one of those movies that social media would reduce to a 10-minute short film, but it's got enough humor and genuine humanity to make it worth seeking out.
You're missing it, look. Are you warm enough?
Getting there.
Number 15. What's up, Doc?
Was it something I said?
I beg your pardon.
Listen, what do you think I am? A piece of ripe fruit you can squeeze the juice out of and cast aside?
Miss, I think you're making a mistake.
Sure, that's all I am to you. A mistake. A clerical error. Erase me. Forget you even know my name.
I don't know your name.
Judy Maxwell.
In this nostalgic throwback to the zany screwball comedies of the 1930s, Barbara Streisand stars as Judy Maxwell, an eccentric woman who can't help but be a menace to society. When she sets her sights on the handsome, nerdy, and engaged musicologist Howard Bannister, it spells trouble for everyone involved.
You are the plague. You bring havoc and chaos to everyone, but why to me? Why me? Why? Why?
Because you look cute in your pajamas, Steve.
Get out!
Right now?
Yes! No!
Subplots involving jewel theft, government secrets, and an overnight bag filled with very important rocks complicate everything. Come for the sparks between Streisand and Ryan O'Neal. Stay for a dazzling comic turn from Madeline Kahn and a cartoonish car chase across the sloped streets of San Francisco.
Frederick! Yes, I will! Yes, I will! Who are you? I am your sister! Who cares who she is? They're going to be killed! They'll all be killed!
Number 14. Rye Lane.
You know you're very...
Peng, refreshingly disarming.
You ask a lot of questions.
I'm interested in people's messes.
What makes you think I've got a mess?
Everyone has a mess.
This British indie hit runs a brisk 82 minutes, and every one of them is packed with charm. In her stunning debut, director Rain Allen Miller crafts a story of two South Londoners who spend a life-changing day together.
You're packed and you're stacked, specifically in the back.
The one that thank your mother for a butt like that. Can I get some fries with them shake booty?
If looks can kill you, would be an Uzi.
Reminiscent of movies like Before Sunset, Rye Lane is a story informed by its location. It scored an incredible 16 nominations at the 2023 British Independent Film Awards, the most of any film that year. Although it didn't find mainstream appeal right away, it's only a matter of time before this hidden gem finds the popularity it deserves.
Oh, please, continue. This one's pretty special, isn't it?
Number 13. Obvious Child. Jenny Slate received raves in this rom-com that sought to tell an absorbing and comical story about a serious subject.
Today I'm sitting down with the idiot in question who, after being dumped and losing her job, recently may have had unprotected sex with a stranger.
Stand-up comic Donna Stern's boyfriend leaves her, and soon after, she finds out she's pregnant from a one-night stand with Max. Her decision to terminate the pregnancy makes it difficult for a relationship to blossom.
I think it's gonna be okay, and afterwards I'll just, I'll be in my future, and, we'll go from there, right?
That the movie can convincingly and compassionately find humor in the topic immediately made it a critical darling. However, it also remained an indie success, not earning much in the way of box office or larger pop culture impact, despite its obvious quality.
This may be the best / worst Valentine's Day I have ever had.
Number 12. Big Eden. When his grandfather becomes ill, Henry, a gay man living in the big city, must return home to the rural Montana town where he grew up. While there, his crush on an old friend is reignited, and he unexpectedly falls for a local shopkeeper.
I wanted to know, or not, I wanted to ask.
I mean, I wanted to ask you if you would come to our house for Thanksgiving.
Though it's a well-worn trope, the idea of a big city protagonist in a small town setting gets a facelift here. Big Eden's most incredible stroke of genius is that it doesn't go where you think it's going.
Did I teach you that? No. Because it would break my heart if I had. Can't you see what a good job God did here? Can't you see how beautiful He made you?
As far as small towns go, Big Eden is surprisingly accepting. Instead, the movie's a good-natured human story about not seeing what's right in front of us. It's a familiar story told through a new lens.
Hi! You're back! Good. You're just in time for some of my cottage cheese and sour cream pancakes.
You hungry?
Number 11, The Wedding Banquet.
紧张死了，怎么办？
别紧张，丑媳妇儿总要见公婆的嘛。
那丑女婿呢？
Director Ang Lee made a splash with this boundary-pushing 1993 comedy. In it, Wai Tung, a Taiwanese immigrant living in New York, hides his sexuality from his family.
You're right. It's kind of stupid. All these lies. But I'm used to it.
With his partner's go-ahead, he enters a sham marriage to a woman in need of a green card. This, of course, leads to some funny, fascinating, and profound results.
如果我不让他们骗我的话，我怎么能抱得了孙子呢？
I don't understand.
Beloved by film lovers, The Wedding Banquet is not always included among the best of the genre by mainstream rom-com enthusiasts. Hopefully that changes soon. In April 2024, a remake starring Lily Gladstone and Kelly Marie Tran was announced for a 2025 release. Number 10, Just Right. Queen Latifah makes a lovable leading lady in Just Right, a sports rom-com about a physical therapist and an NBA player.
You know what? Let me get your door.
I never figured you for the opening door type.
Ah, come on. I open doors, I offer my coat, I pull chairs out.
Latifah plays Leslie, who is down-to-earth and unlucky in love. But she finds herself falling for her celebrity client despite the fact that he's already enamored with her friend.
Leslie, the last thing I ever wanted to do was hurt you. You were so special to me.
I know I'm special to you, Scott. A very special friend.
The movie is standard romantic comedy fare, but it hits all the right notes. Queen Latifah's star quality lifts the material and brings some added spark. The leads are a winning combo, and the romance is a bit of a slow burn, allowing the chemistry to build.
I'm not leaving these grounds without you. I'm not waking up another morning without being able to look at you next to me. Leslie, you're just right for me.
Number 9, Populaire. In recent years, competition movies have almost become a genre of their own. We've had sports movies, dance movies, and even chess movies. This one is about competitive typing with a side order of romance.
Elle est nulle pour tout, mais quand elle tape à la machine, elle est rapide, puissante et concentrée, tu vas voir.
Set in 1950s France, Populaire follows a small-town girl who discovers she's a gifted typist. Her skills catch the eye of her charismatic boss. He enters her for an international speed typing competition in Paris and declares himself her trainer.
J'ai ça en tête depuis que je vous ai vu entrer ici. Ça ne concerne pas le travail à proprement dit, mais je suis sûr que ça vous rendrait plus heureuse, mon chou. Et moi aussi.
Hijinks and romance ensue. The movie puts a French spin on the Hollywood rom-coms of the 1950s. The candy-colored color palette is a feast for the eyes, and the costumes are to die for.
Que je batte un record de vitesse ou que je tape juste une lettre, je suis toujours en tête.
Number 8, Overnight Delivery. It's always good value seeing stars in early roles, and Overnight Delivery gives us 2 for the price of 1. Paul Rudd and Reese Witherspoon are sparky together as Wyatt and Ivy, a college student and a stripper who meet while he drowns his sorrows at her place of work.
Look, I'm kind of too wired to go to sleep. I was thinking about getting some flapjacks. You want to come with me?
Well, I don't.
Could sit here and moan. That would be fun.
Wyatt believes his girlfriend is cheating on him, and Ivy persuades him to send her some revenge photos of the two of them together. But once the package has driven away, he immediately regrets his decision.
Yikes.
I've just blown my future and you offer me yikes?
You're the one that wrote the letter to Miss Perfect. I was just there for encouragement. It's your problem.
No. It's just your picture.
The result is an adventure across the country to retrieve the missent parcel. It may have gone straight to video back in 1998, but there are plenty of laughs to be had in this madcap road trip movie.
I was killing time till I met you.
Wow, I never thought I'd fall for a line like that.
I know. Forgive me.
Number 7. Imagine Me and You. There aren't a lot of LGBTQ+ rom-coms out there, and this one deserves more love.
Evie, are you gay?
Oh, God. Am I gay? I'm ecstatic.
Piper Perabo stars as Matthew Good's bride-to-be. He seems like the perfect guy, but on her wedding day, she meets Lena Headey's loose.
My wedding ring's in there. And you tried the ladle thing. And you can't empty. No, it's stupid. Right. Only one thing to do. Cover me. What? Use the dress. I'm going in.
Suddenly, things don't seem so simple anymore. The movie handles the central love triangle sensitively and treats its characters with respect. The critics found it unoriginal, but they kind of missed the point. It's just a little romantic movie that finds place for sapphic love in a genre where lesbians have been excluded for too long. Number 6. Paperback Hero. A year before Hugh Jackman made his name as Wolverine in X-Men, he cut his teeth in an Aussie rom-com called Paperback Hero. Jackman plays Jack Willis, a truck driver who writes romance novels on the side.
Right, see? See, I'm gonna get laughed out of town here.
How could you write anything romantic?
His alter ego, Ruby Vale, is a closely kept secret. But when his books start to take off, he enlists his best friend to play the role of author for the cameras.
Well, you should be out there telling them you did it. I mean, they're your words, Jack. And I reckon if you're writing from the heart, who gives a stuff about the others?
It's part road movie, part friends to lovers romance, and all a lot of fun. The outback setting and quirky cast of side characters make for an enjoyable ride.
Oh, you can't leave us here.
Okay, Jack Willis, you bloody well come and get me.
Number 5. Sleeping with Other People.
Wow, the old virgin.
Don't you mean the one that got away?
Sleeping with Other People follows Jason Sudeikis and Alison Brie as two ex-lovers who reunite years after a one-night stand. Like What If and When Harry Met Sally, it explores the idea of a man and woman attempting to be just friends without sex getting in the way.
So maybe we come up with a safe word for if we're having sexual tension, and then we'll stop
so if
whatever
you're doing something
is
sexy or I'm doing something
sexy. If we're
sexy.
feeling attracted,
okay, but it's mutual, so it is mutual.
Although the movie does its best to subvert the romantic comedy form, it often falls back into old patterns. But the two leads have great chemistry, and it's easy to get invested in their will they, won't they relationship. There's a lot of fun back and forth dialogue and some great set pieces too.
See, you get it.
Oh yeah, but I'm psychotic.
But I like an approachable psychotic.
Number 4. Boxing Day. The title of this culture clash holiday movie refers to the day following Christmas in the UK.
Snort tea and crumpets, miserable most of the time.
Oh, damn, Scrooge. I thought you were excited to take me to the city where you the man.
It focuses on a British author living in the US who brings his American fiancée home for the Christmas period. There, she meets his eccentric British Caribbean family for the first time. She also has to contend with his ex, who just happens to be an international pop star portrayed by Leanne Pinnock.
I briefly met the soon-to-be Mrs. Mackenzie yesterday. Oh, we're not engaged. Oh, sorry. Must have missed a beat. Well, that's a little odd for someone of your gifts. Nothing wrong with my hearing. Hollywood tends to embellish the truth.
The UK loves a Christmas rom-com, but Boxing Day is more than just a Love Actually ripoff. Inspired by the real life of leading man and writer-director Amal Amin, the movie is a loving celebration of Black British culture, with a charismatic cast and a catchy soundtrack.
Are you sure you want to marry to this family?
Oh, more than sure.
Number 3. Priceless. In this fun French flick, Amélie Audrey Tautou plays Irène, a gold digger living it up on the Riviera. But just when she's about to bag the rich man she's been waiting for, a drunken liaison with a waiter puts her back to square one.
Dans quelques mois, je te retrouverai là où je t'ai ramassé, dans un bar d'hôtel, en mini-jupe, avec un air faussement détaché.
Oh, je m'inquiète pas.
Gad Elmaleh portrays the hapless Jean, whose attempts to win Irene for himself lead him down some unexpected paths. In essence, Priceless is a modern-day screwball comedy with a touch of Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Je trouve que j'ai du charme. C'est ce qu'on dit à quelqu'un quand on trouve pas beau, ça.
Mais le charme, c'est mieux que la beauté. On peut résister à la beauté, mais pas au charme.
The two leads are messy but likable with great on-screen chemistry. The twists and turns will keep you laughing right up until the satisfying denouement.
Eh ben, t'as mis le temps.
J'ai fait comme j'ai pu.
Number 2, Sunshine on Lathe. Since Mamma Mia burst onto our screens back in 2008, the jukebox musical has flourished. One of our favorites is Sunshine on Lathe, a modern-day Scottish love story set to the songs of the Proclaimers.
And I can't do anymore. Please let me inside your door.
You may not be familiar with the folk rock duo's whole back catalog, but you'll be singing along by the end of the movie. The story follows two soldiers recently returned from war. Allie is dating Davy's sister Liz and sets him up on a date with her English work colleague.
This is a story of watching a man dying. The subject's unpopular, but I don't feel like lying.
The narrative touches on the struggles faced by young people trying to find their place in the world. It's also great to see a rom-com starring blue-collar characters, but mostly it's about the romance and those feel-good songs.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Juliet Naked. From About a Boy and Fever Pitch to High Fidelity, Nick Hornby novels are proven rom-com fodder. This overlooked 2018 movie has that same classic feel. But instead of casting the flawed but lovable man-child as the protagonist, Juliet Naked instead focuses on the long-suffering girlfriend.
It's boring versions of songs that you've heard a million times
God,
before.
if you think that's what this is big for me, that this has happened, and I just don't want to spend my time in the aftermath of this new information with someone who doesn't get it.
Rose Byrne brings her usual charm to the role of Annie, while Ethan Hawke co-stars as Tucker, a washed-up musician who Annie's boyfriend is obsessed with. When she writes a snarky online review about Tucker's latest album, the man himself gets in touch to tell her she was right.
Bingo. You nailed it. I couldn't have explained it better myself. All good things. Tucker Crow. P.S. The folks on that website, they seem pretty weird. So I'd be grateful if you didn't pass on the address.
They embark on a friendship with the potential for something more, but are there too many obstacles in their way? Funny and sweet, it's the perfect rom-com combo.
Yes, definitely. I'm extremely interested.
Great, because I just wanted to broach the subject with you, and I wasn't.
I mean, for the record, I would have probably been a little more assertive.
Which of these underrated rom-coms have you seen? Let us know in the comments.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I'm gonna take my clothes off.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.